Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. We're waiting on a few parts, so we're trying to figure out what to do here. I don't have a lot left to do. It's almost ready to run, but short spark plug wires, and a fuel pump, and a carburetor, a couple other little things, but it's getting close. I need to put my fuel tank up too. I don't have that up yet. But other than that, it's just about ready. But just trying to look for stuff to fill in the time. Well, I'm waiting on parts. I figured maybe we should go ahead and hang my grill in here and see how that looks. There's a couple other things I could do, but I kind of don't feel like doing those right now. I could clean my valve covers up, get the paint off the top, make them all purty. But I figured put the grill in because I might just decide to paint it black. I've been looking at it, thinking about it, and I think that maybe it'll look a lot better black with the rest of the car. So let's stick it on there. Tell me what you think. It's going to be up there tight because I'm not going to put it up tight right now. Let me just stick it up here. Right here. Where are you? There you are. On there like that. All right. And then this one here. So I'm not going to try to put that piece on the hood because I do not want to scratch the paint. But I think that it would look better if I painted it black. Now, there's nothing really wrong with the grill. It's got one tiny little spot. Yeah, it's over here. It's right here. But I fixed that, tapped it out with a hammer. Came out pretty nice. But I don't think you can polish this stuff up at all. I think it's anodized aluminum. So the way it looks now is the way it's always going to look. So I thought about maybe just doing the bars, because it's got a raised bar right here, and then paint this piece all black. So I thought about doing that. Go around this corner with that. So there'd be 4 bars. With all this black. Black and all out, or 4 bars. That's my 2 options. So I need my hoses, the upper and lower. Those are on the way. And I need hose clamps. I got to get those. I got an old set of spark plug wires I could use. Carburetor. I don't know if I should try to rebuild that thing or not. It'd probably work. I haven't taken it apart to check it. Exhaust system on the rest of it. Put the fuel tank up. And a fuel pump on it. I don't have a fuel pump in there. As soon as those parts get here, we'll get that part done. Other than that couple of things I need to get, coming along nicely. Oh, I forgot. I need to get the fitting for the power steering. Gotta change it from get to a -6. Hook up to the new front runner setup. And that's done. That's simple, just a little fitting. I've got all the rest of the stuff to make it. It's not a big deal. So I think the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is we go inside and we are going to do that. I am going to start setting up for doing the headliner. I am going to make it. It's going to be made out of leather. I've thought about doing it in 2 pieces, put a seam somewhere and have it all, but that's going to be really hard to hang. So I figured I would just hang it up like a normal headliner, but I need to get the insulation up there. So I'll get the insulation up and start making the headliner part. But first of all, we're going to get the insulation on the roof. I got some sound deadener around there. Makes a big difference already. Here's all my foam pieces. I'm going to stick these up first. Enough time to set up. We'll start sticking these on here. They're just being used for sound deadening and insulation value. It doesn't have to go up here perfect. Bad to get your new headliner up, have it sticking down somewhere because the pad wasn't tucked in good enough. But there we go. Here. 2 left to go. I'm going to try to lay out the headliner pieces. I want to try to get the maximum amount of usage out of this hide as I can. So I know it's 55 inches wide. So I got a square set up here so I can get it kind of a square. And all I'm doing is laying out. I'm not going to do any cutting right now. I just want to know on my hide that I can get the most amount of usage out of it. Because if I get this square enough, I'll have this whole piece over here that I'll be able to use. Because it goes right here, should run about there, so I should be able to get that piece right there as another piece. I know I'm 55. Get in here at 55. Chalk does not write very good on the red. Writes great on the black. Real hard to see the marks. But I think we got that, that. So I'm coming across here. This as of right here, this does become another piece. It should run full length. Which is right there. Really, really close. So it should work. 1 foot wide. Okay, good. Now if I pull it that way, now pull it this way, pick up that line. There, give it a mark. Get to there. Right to that edge right there. Mark. Okay. Now, another one this way. It's 55. I can see that mark, that mark. Just like that. Now, move this back a little bit. This would have been wasted if it didn't cut very carefully. Now you measure from there to here, and it's 57 total length. So that makes one right there. You see 12 inches. It's all a little piece that gets wasted. Okay, now I turned it to my long direction. Gotta get the most length out of it. So I'm gonna mark it with pen. This is a space pen. It washes off with water. It writes real nice on the red. Now I can cut this line here and then break this down into the pieces. And I know most of my pieces are 12 inches, but you have to add on a 1/2 inch for every single seam. So you really got to cut them all at 13. That way you have a 1/2 inch for one seam, 1/2 inch for the next seam. Well, that's where your listing material goes. That hangs your headliner. So knowing that, this is 5 foot long, so I'm going to get 5 I need, and then I have just enough left to get my 1 inch for each one for a sew seam. So now I'll mark those all up and I'll cut them all up. Take this out of here. Other square. One, two, three. Now I've got this edge all cut already, straight. I'm working on doing this edge here. Kind of got to work them both here. So I want a width of 56 inches. That gives me 2 inches more than I need. 3 inches. You can get it up there. This will stretch nicely when you get it up. Your main cuts you want to do, all the long length ones, you want to get them as clean as you can get them, because that's where your seam is. When you go to start stitching it all together, that's what helps with the straightness of your stitch. You get all crooked in and walk all over the place with your razor blade, and you're trying to follow that line. That's what your headliner is going to look like, or your seats, or anything else. It's like one of the most important cuts. Any seam cut. And cut there. Extremely sharp scissors. Get a fresh razor blade here. You go through a lot of razor blades. You keep this one clean because that one, that's going to come out of it. You just keep going through this process till you have all the pieces for your headliner. All right, out there's all my headliner pieces. I needed 9. I've got 9 of them here. And this is my listing material. This is what's going to hang it. Because cut a bunch of these and then start stitching it together. All this stuff I'm self-taught. I always wanted a nice car. Could never afford one. So I just started fixing them up myself and working towards it. And power screw was one of the things. You can really make a car your own buying a machine and just learning how to do it. Because you can buy all that stuff from the auto restorers and whatnot, but you're still going to have the same thing everybody else has, because everybody else does the same thing. Take a little bit of time and a little bit of money, and you can learn how to do your own. Opens up a lot of doors. And to get better you get at it, you might be able to start doing other people's cars and making a good living doing it. It's enjoyable, very rewarding. See something that you created come to life. This can be a little intimidating at first. Once you get the hang of it, it's really not too bad. They am face to face. And then this has got an opening in it. You've got to make sure you get it up top. Put it there, like that. And that's where your sew line goes. You grab your handy dandy stapler, because leather is slippery when it's on its faces. When it's face to face, when you put it back to back, it don't want to slide. It grabs. So just gotta carefully pull it as you're stitching it along. Line all 3 of them up. Hit it with the stapler. And actually, as it gets bigger and heavier, it's actually easier to work with. So when you're starting out on the first 2, it seems to be the most difficult, because it kind of wants to do whatever it wants to do. Wants to shift and get away from you. But you get the staples in it. all lined up here, and then staple along it. Bring it up here and tap them all down so they're flat. Don't want it catching the foot as it's going past. Roll it up. Got control of everything. So basically all you got to do is drive it. Keep your lines pretty straight. Yeah, you'll mess up. I still do. And I'm on the last one. This is it. Almost there. That is it on the main part. One big station wagon headliner made out of leather. All right, we got everything ready to go here. We're going to start on it right here with hanging headliner. So I need to get a center line mark on that. Take my and the bar is 46 and a quarter, 23 and an eighth. Right here. That's my center line. For the first bow. And I want to straighten these things out a little bit here. So when you go for the hooks, all the hooks are easy to get to. Good, 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 good. This one here. And I've got my headliners all marked. So I've got center line marked on it, I have the edges of where my bows are on both sides marked. So, but this is your main one right here, your center line. That's where we want to get up to. All right, now taking that up there. That one hooked. That one hooked. There. Okay. There it is. There's the beginning. There's the back half started. Got the first couple of bows up. You pull these, this hollow. Pull this part, and then pull this part, and we'll get the rest of it all out. All the wrinkles. But it's pretty good. All right, now we get the front half in. It's nice because now you can sit up. You don't have to lay down. That one in. Oh, come on. And then get this bow here. There. There. It's much easier after you get it set in. Finish the rest. There we go. And one left. That one. There it is. All right. There it is. Not pulled yet, but it looks good. All right. Now we get here. Pulling this. Pulling all these out. There, little bow. Little bow peep. There goes it. Come on. Why you? Go. That's it now. And it back in there. Back up. All right, there we go. Back up there. Nice. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. If you're looking here at my very first bow, I'll show you what's going on here. See this one here wants to bounce. It's not tight. Everybody else is tight. That one wants to bounce a little bit. So take this one right here. You see there's a gap above it. You push this bowl up, you see it move out the hole. I'm going to bend this part that way, right here, so it's pushing harder against the roof line, and that'll push the bar up into the ceiling. All right, take this piece back down right here, and grab me handy dandy pliers here. You see that one right there. Take it and bend it at the end out. Oh, goodness. Let's see if that did enough. Come on. And all right. It needs to go more. I have to pull it out and put it in my place. I'm going to slide it out. I'm going to smush it in my vise. Things are strong. All right, be right back with a bent end. I'm back. She really wanted to fight with me. All right, there's the end. Bent a little bit. So now, try it up here first. Twist it up. See, now it is tight against the ceiling. Now it won't be flopping down. Come on. Sweet. Is a crinkle over there. All right. Let's go take a look from the other side. Now look at it. The only bounce that's on there is from the strip itself. This is like the rest now. This strip here is up against the ceiling like it's supposed to be. So that will bounce. There it all is. Now to start setting it, set the middle here, set the middle in the back, and then start working the edges all the way around. Get all these tucked up there and glued. That'd be nice. They can pull this on and glue this to this lip on the inside of the car. This is where it gets tricky, because you need to be able to pull it on one side. You get the wrinkles out this side and then the wrinkles out that side. So, wish me luck here. Raining spray glue out there. All right, now. Straight to this edge here. Try pulling it in here. Looking good. All right. There it is. Not bad. A little bit of steaming and a little bit of trimming. And you'll notice there's a brand in it. There's a brand right there. There's a brand right there. And what's funny is you're doing a wagon, putting a leather headliner in, and it's got a W brand in it. Pretty good. It's too bad it's behind the visor. I tried to get it out further. That'd be just a little cool little thing. But it's pretty cool. Doing a wagon and it's got a W brand in it. But not too bad. I can admit that's my first time doing a leather headliner like this. For right now is I'm going to steam some of this. Some of it started. And then tomorrow I'll go and trim it all out. If there's a wrinkle I can pull out, just in case it doesn't steam out. I mean, they'll eventually hang out of it. I like to try to get them all out before you cut it. Once you cut it, there's nowhere to grab hold of it anymore. got to watch out when you're doing it that the bars that are up here, you're not pushing on it and running into them, because then you'll have a bar mark. Be gentle with it. Enjoy the hot steam falling on you, hot water. Doing this will take out most of the wrinkles you got in the leather from just handling it. Should shrink a little bit as it dries, and it'll pull the wrinkles out of it. A little bit of wrinkles right here. Ooh, that's hot. All right. There it is. Not bad. It's pretty. All right, it's the next day. Headliner came out real nice. It's had time to dry out, pull tight. So I got a few wrinkles in that one right there, second one. Take care of that with a little more steam. But all the rest of them came out really, really nice. Now I got to trim all the edges, glue it all down. Got to cut off all this stuff. Now we're going to cut these things off here so I can tuck all this in. Being this leather, I want to get this as close to the stitch as I can. When I put the little piece of trim on here, it doesn't bulge out too much. You look like a big lump if you don't. Normally it's just a thin piece of fabric. Now we got cowhide. Don't want to get too tight and cut the stitching. Just enough to get up there to where you can get that in there without creating a lump. This one here. And now this will fold up into there. I have to get some more glue. Don't have to squirt it on there with the gun, just a little brush of it will do. Just enough to tuck it over the top there. This razor blade brand new, and it's an absolute piece of junk. Okay. Cut these kind of pieces off while they're long. before you cut the piece off, sticking the channel, it's actually easier to hold on to. Just trim it first. This one's a little different on the back one. I'll show on the other side what I'm talking about. But it's got a lip that the trim goes on. So you gotta cut it back a little further. So the trim will fit back on. Little glass insulation tools for the rubber gasket around glass. They work great for a leather tool or even a vinyl tool or any kind of upholstery. They work really nice and they're cheap. So I just put a mark on the back side. I need to go through here. Cut this one off here. Now, go finish cutting the other side and then get the windshield in the back to do and then glue all that back on that piece. So I want to be able to tuck this up in here too. And then there's a piece of trim that goes across both sides here. So I'm going to tuck this one up here. Piece of trim that's right here. Not a place you want to mess up. You mess up this, you gotta redo the whole thing. Just gotta be careful here. So this back portion here, you'll be able to see that or not, but this is rounded and then comes to a flat spot. So where it's rounded and comes to that flat spot, you want to be able to get up in here. That piece of trim goes all the way up. Otherwise, the piece of trim would go like this every time it went. It would go like this every time it went past one of those. It'd be a big drop. So you'd be able to get way up in there, about 1/4 of an inch or so. So that sits all the way up against the ceiling. But it's just at the back windows. It's not on the other ones. In over here. That. Alright. Just like that. just to the size of the screw holes, because when it pushes up there, you want to make sure that it covers. So don't go any further than just right there. Like that. Last little bit here. Glue up this edge. It's all done. Except for the little trim pieces. Which won't do those until the very last. Save all that easy stuff for later. I don't know which project I'm going to do next. I'll have to figure it out. I got quite a few other ones sitting here. Over here. There it is, all tucked in, all trimmed. Ready for its last little trim piece, but I ain't gonna do that because still gotta put more pieces on. And that's easy, so we'll clip that on later. But we'll get the visors done and that stuff up there, and then get back to finishing up, getting it running. Then here's the next thing we're gonna do. Visors, get to take these apart and recover these with the leather. And then I've got this front piece that goes on the dash. I'm gonna go ahead and do this piece too. This all glued up. Got a little filler on it to get rid of a little indentation that was on it. Straighten that out, make it smooth. It's got the wiper and the headlights. Keys on the column now, so it doesn't need the hole for the key. So that'll be one of the next things I get done here.